If you don't know anything about sewing a blouse, this blouse is going to be the simplest blouse you have ever made. Let's jump in. So the length of this blouse is going to be 12 inches, but I'm cutting out 14 inches, of course, because of the sewing allowances. And how I arrived at this 14 inches is that I measured from the top of the bust to where I wanted the blouse to end. This is what I mean right there. I started from the top of the bust. I measured it to under the bust and down. I have a full tutorial on how to do full body measurement for blouse. It's in the description. So after I cut that, the bust area for this person is 40 inches. So I divided 40 by 4 to give us 10. Now this fabric is super stretchy, so I didn't even bother to add any allowance to it. Well, for stretchy fabrics you can add half allowance or not at all, but I didn't even add at all because it's really super stretchy. Now the waist area was 36 inches, then I divided into 4 to give us 9. Now this 36 inches is the area where the blouse is supposed to end. That's the tummy area. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line from that end of the blouse to the bust area of the blouse. Do you get? That's all we're cutting actually, and very simple. So by the time we open it up, this right here is what it looks like. So it's just an inverted B kind of. So we're going to create that, of course, so that the outfit can have a definition. So what we just need to fold it into 2 equal halves, or 4 in this case. So just notch it right there and notch it on the other end, and that's it. Very simple. So we'll open it up and just fold it this way and then create a dart. So we're going to create half inches that way and then down to the bust point and then take it that way. So the bust points, we're not really going to take anything out of it, but we'll just take it that way and just sew it this way out. So I'll still use a chalk to outline just so that I can define the area I'm going to be sewing it through. I'll do the other side the same way as well. Now that first piece that we cut, before I go ahead and sew up the dart, we're going to need 4 pieces of it. So I'm going to be cutting out the other 3 pieces right here, and I'll explain what all those pieces are going to be for. So this right here is the last piece. I have done the second and the third. So what I'm going to do right here is to open it up, and I'm going to be doing 2 of those pieces like this. So this is what I was talking about. I have finally sewn the dart area, and that is what it eventually looked like. So as you can see, the top is smaller and then it opened up. I did that with 2 of the pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and sew these 2 pieces together with the right side facing each other. So this right here is what this right here is the right side, and I'll just put the front of the second piece and I'm going to put in the right side on top of it. So this is it. So I'll make sure to do is the sewing, sew it together, but to do that, I have to make sure that it aligns. I'll go ahead and sew it together there, and I'll sew the bottom together. So make sure that those I'm going to be leaving the 2 sitting on top of each other. I mean the portions make sure that I can actually turn the fabric each other inside and align properly. So and then the 2 sides are going to be open. I'm not going to be sewing the 2 sides together just to enable me turn it. So this right here is the back piece, and it's going to be 2. So now you understand what I'm going to do for this back piece is I'll pick, let's assume this is the back piece, right? I'll just fold it into 2 this way, and I will also create a back dart, a back center dart. Let me use a pen to show you what it looks like. So this right here is what the bottom is going to look like, and so I'll take it from the top to the bottom that way. So I'll go ahead and do that. When I'm done doing that, I'm going to be attaching it to it. So I've attached both of them like I attached the front, and I'm going to be sewing it together. So at this point, any portion put on top of each other will also look good because we have already closed the front and the back. So this right here is going to be the sleeve. So the sleeve, I measured 9 inches by 5 inches. I sewed it together and I turned it, so this is what it looks like. We need 2 pieces of this. We're going to pick the bodies that we've attached together, and we're going to just sew it to it like this. Let's just go to the model and attach it on her body just to make it easier. Like I said, this is the lazy way. This is a very easy way. So I'll go ahead and pin it at exactly where I want to pin it. But if you do not have the model to do this for, you can just go ahead and measure. And this fabric is super stretchy, so you can use about, depending on how big the person is, you can use about 5 inches, knowing that when she wears it, it will stretch out. So this right here is what it looks like. Now we're going to create a bow for the front. So what I'm going to be doing right now is to cut out the bow. This is 14 inches by 9 inches. Just cut it out right there, and I'm going to be sewing it together. I'll just sew it to this point, sew the other side to this point as well, and then I'll leave those spaces right there so that I can turn it. Now to the belt of the bow. So I'll use this paper to illustrate. I'll just fold it this way and fold it this way as well. So that is the folding that you're seeing on the fabric right there. So what I will need to do is to cut it this way. I just want to show you on the paper so you have a better picture of what I'm doing, and then cut it this way. So this is exactly what it will look like by the time we finish sewing it. So I'll go ahead and cut right now, curve it upward and curve it downward. So that is it. So after I have cut it right there, as you can see, I've opened it, and this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead and go to the sewing machine. I'll just sew it together. Sew it from the top on the other side like this. Do it from the other way. Leave this place open so that I can use it to turn it. So I'll go ahead and sew it right now. I have done that. So this right here is that initial square that we did. So I'll just create a bow like this. After creating the bow, this right here is the belt of the bow. I'll just place it on top of it. Get a rope. Actually, I made that sleeve into 3 pieces. So this right here is the 3rd piece, or you can just use whatever measurement you want. So I just tied it like this. Make it as tight as possible. After tying it, just make it really, really tight, just to give you an idea of what it will look like. And voila, this right here is our bow. Of course, that extra one that we used to tie, we're going to hide it. Just pin it, cut it off, sew it. What I did was I just sewed the extra, cut off a little bit of extra and sewed it to the back of the bow so it doesn't show or dangle out. So outline the positioning, make sure it covers properly. So that right here is what I'm doing. So I just hid it at the back, and this right here is what the bow would look like. I'm going straight to the model's body to just pin it. So I pinned it and pinned it exactly where I wanted it to be. I've hidden the portion I used to tie it. So this right here is what it looks like. So I'll just go ahead, use my needle and thread and sewing machine to just attach everything down. And this right here is the finished look after she had dressed it up. Yes, I made a skirt out of it, and the link of the skirt is in the description as well. Now this right here is the blouse on another trouser. It looks really cool. If you watched this video to this point, thank you so much. You're very kind. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.